Okay, everybody, as you can see here, we got a nice little button placket going on. Here is the shirt. Now, let's talk about hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I am coming in today to close out SEWMANPANTS. Unfortunately, not with a finished garment. So, first of all, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for tuning in on this lovely Sunday. I am supposed to be showing you my final 2 garments for SEWMANPANTS, which is pattern, I think I said before, is M6044, and I was doing the long sleeve view C. Let me just tell you a couple modifications I did make, or just one. If you can see, that yoke is very Western style. I did change that. I do not like that Western look, and my husband wouldn't either. So I made an adjustment there to make it a straight yoke in the back. So let's talk about the status of my SEWMANPANTS. So if anybody is following me on Instagram, you know that my backup sewing machine started acting crazy a week ago, or a little over a week ago now. And so I couldn't do any sewing for over a week, and so during the week I just did other things on other sewing projects that didn't involve sewing, like tracing, different things like that. So once I did get the machine back, which I'm so happy about, working, everything is good, except all of a sudden my buttonhole maker wasn't working. And so I'm gonna have to give them a buzz about that. So I can still do everything else but no buttons, and so, which is fine. So let me just get into the situation. So I did try this on my husband, and it's a perfect fit. I will talk about, I'm going to do a makes video. It'll go up late in, what are we, October? It'll go probably mid-November, somewhere around there, my October makes video, because I was thrown all the way off with the machine, not having any machines to sew with. So I'll go in a little bit more detail, but I did want to round out today's SEWMANPANTS. If you have not seen, let me pop up the sponsor, the ambassadors here, so you can see who our ambassadors are. Follow them on YouTube. Check out what they have made. They have videos up, I think, at different points and times throughout the month, and you might see some things pop up over the next week or two. Also, check out the co-host here. There is Vivian with Stitches and Seams, Karina with Lifting Pins and Needles, and Elizabeth from Elizabeth Mathis. And so make sure that you check out their channels. I will link down below their SEWMANPANTS videos, so you can go ahead and check those out. So, all right. So first of all, it looks good from a distance, don't it? Let's talk about what happened. Let me tell you about some good things that did happen. Here's the yoke. I modified the back yoke to go straight across as opposed to that Western style. And I also did a, let me see. Let me take this tie off. Okay, so what I've done was, with that yoke, I created 2 pieces so I can do the burrito method. And it's the same color, but you can see that is the back of the yoke in there. And what else? Oh, I used the Luna Graphics sleeve placket. I did follow Lindsay from InsideTheHem, her video showing you how to do it, and I'll link that video down below. But here is the good sleeve placket. Look good, don't it? That sleeve placket is gorgeous. This was my first one. You see it's off center a little bit. It's supposed to line up right there. That's okay. Perfectly fine. No big deal. The thing, if you are going to follow Lindsay's video, keep in mind her sleeve that she used, she folded it in half. It wasn't a 2-piece sleeve. So when you go to use the curve runner, because I did use this, also from Luna Graphics, the curve runner to measure that distance, and you'll see it in the video. You will not have to do that measuring for a 2-piece sleeve. You just sew the sleeve together and you'll see where you'll need to lay that placket piece right there. That's why I was able to line this up a whole lot better than the first one, or the first one I did. So keep that in mind, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you get the sleeve placket and do the video. So this is a 2-piece sleeve. It is beautiful. I top stitched everything, because what I did was took a peek at my husband's ready-to-wear shirts just to see where the top stitching was. I didn't do flat fell seams. Everything is serged on the inside, but what I did was top stitch everything down from the outside. So the yoke, can you see that? And this Supima cotton, this is a Supima cotton from Joann Fabrics, and if you saw my video, you know this is some gorgeous, beautiful, soft cotton. So nice, perfect for button ups. But as you can tell, I top stitched everything. I top stitched the 2-piece sleeve, if you can see that. I noticed on his ready-to-wear, underneath the sleeves are not top stitched. I didn't notice that, and so so I didn't bother that. Of course, the cuffs I did do top stitching on, and of course the collar I did top stitching on. And so here is the problem. Besides the fact that I couldn't do the buttons because my machine, for whatever reason, I wasn't having problems with doing buttons before I took it in, but once I started trying to practice doing the buttons before I actually did it on here, it just was not acting right. So I'm probably going to have to take it back to the shop, and just so they can look at it, not for them to keep it, but when I take it there, have them look at it. But button placket, everything is on here beautifully, except let's take a peek at this collar. And why I forged on, I don't know. Here's the deal. Let me just say this first off. I know how to put on a collar, so I'm not looking for videos or suggestions on how to put on the collar. I'm comfortable now with the collar, but tell me, why did I sew the collar wrong? Because I don't know. Maybe I was feeling anxious or something. Trying to get this done, because the intention was for him to wear it to church, so that didn't happen. But as you can see, look at that. What's supposed to happen, let me just show you the instructions. The collar stand is supposed to be longer than the actual collar, so when you're sewing around that piece and you flip it out, it looks like this. See, the collar stand is longer than the actual collar. For whatever reason, when I sewed the collar, I sewed it at the same length as the collar stand. So when I went to put them together and flip them out, of course, this corner was all kind of messed up. And I was like, what the heck? And so I continued to put it on there when I shouldn't have. And yeah, so this side looks like this, and of course the part didn't fold over right like it's supposed to. And this part, I cut this part. I did that on purpose just to see how it would, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. So what I am going to do is actually take off this entire collar, and I'm going to recut out the collar and the collar stand and reattach it. And that's the only thing I will have left to do in the buttons. Now, you know I was doing two. The other one is cut, but you remember, here's the color. It's the pieces are cut out, but I haven't started sewing that together, which I'm glad I did not, because I would have been mad if I messed up two collars. So I will make sure, because here's the pieces, just so you can see. These are the two pieces, and you see the original two pieces, and the right size is cut out, just so you know, but I didn't start sewing at the right marks, and so that's why it was all wonky. And to prove I did it, remember, I made him this. This was the very first one I made him, of the M6044. And this was the muslin collar stand. Perfect. So how I managed to mess that up on this one, I don't know. But perhaps it was just too late. I was feeling anxious and really wanted him to wear it to church. That's okay. So in my makes video, you will see the final 2 of my SewMan pants. But unfortunately, that's all I have to share with you. But I knew it was posted on social media that I will be making a video live today. But unfortunately, I don't have a finished product, and I'll have to see what's going on with my machine. I'll try to play with it a little bit again today. But if it doesn't work, I will take it back into the shop just so they can look at the buttons. But how will I get these buttons on here? My machine, or I'll see if I can take it somewhere to have the buttonholes put on. Or the other option, which I didn't want to do, is I can do it manually on my machine. But I'm not feeling that. That is like the last case scenario. So best case scenario is that either I can figure out what the problem is, or when I take it to the shop, they'll be able to say, oh, you know, blah, 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 tweak, 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 here it is, and off to the races. We shall see. But you will see this as part of my makes for the month of October, because I will get the other shirt in this same stage, waiting for the buttons, and then that'll be that. So, and before I forget, don't forget, SewMan Pants, you have until October 31st to submit your entry. Use the hashtag, which will be here, SewMan Pants, and make sure you're following the hashtag on Instagram. There are a lot of great prizes. Again, I will put all of that information down in the description box, and make sure you tag Elizabeth Made This, stitches and seams, lifting pins and needles, and natural Dane on Instagram if you want to enter your garment that you have made. So again, you have until October 31st. Thank you everybody for tuning in today, and we will see you in the next video.